Hi, this is Bob Kay with Micronet TV. Today we have Dar Holsworth of Darwin Motorcycles, the manufacturer of brass balls bobbers. Dar is the chief designer of brass balls bobbers. Welcome to Micronet TV, Dar.
Thanks for having me.
Lately, brass balls bobbers has been getting a lot of recognition. Can you tell us a little bit about the bikes and why you think they're causing such a stir?
Well, first of all, I'm happy that people like them. Our bikes are simple, they're clean, they represent old school, they pay homage to old school. We don't try to pass them off as old. Obviously we build them with today's technology, but we just like to keep them simple, fun. There's nothing on the bikes that really doesn't need to be on the bikes. We like clean lines and good power to weight ratio.
Well, since the choppers have kind of maybe not fallen from favor, but not quite as popular as they were a few years ago, there seems to be a few other people involved in that old school kind of bobber look. What do you think separates the brass balls bobbers?
Well, I have to say that is a tribute to my partner Sam Wills. We start with a Sam Wills designed Racing Innovations frame, which is a Darwin Motorcycles frame, and it's just unique in styling of its own. But beyond that, the strength of the frame is really surpasses our competitors. Not only that, but the styling of the bikes. We really don't copy anyone else. We just do what we think looks good. And we try to make sure that each customer's bike is unique to their own style.
I think you have a tagline that goes something like, above average bikes for the average guy. What's that all about? Does that really make a difference? Is that in line with having your designs and Sam's quality going into the bike?
Yeah, it really does. When this started out, we didn't expect to be where we're at now. It's really kind of an anomaly. When we started out, I was a customer of Sam's. He taught me how to build bikes. A partnership ensued, and we built a bike for my dad. My dad, not being a man of any great means financially, always doing for his family, taking care of my brothers and grandchildren, and my dad's a school teacher, and my dad never could have afforded a bike like we built for him. And after we did that, or while we were doing it, it just kind of hit me, that there's got to be other people out there who would like a really good custom bike without spending, $40,000, $50,000. And I understand why people need to make those margins to keep their bike shops running, but the partnership that Sam and I enjoy has made it feasible for us to take lower margins and to really build the above average bike that the average Joe can afford.
Well, I know you're also doing some marketing. I see some of your ads in different publications, but you're also very newsworthy. There's a lot of people writing about your bikes. What publications do you like to work with, and what makes them different from some of the other ones out there?
Well, obviously, and this isn't even paper, we really like Micronet. The people over at Micronet do a great job supporting us and getting us exposure quicker than anyone can, really, obviously because of the internet. We work with Ironworks, we work with V-Twin magazine, we work with Barnett's. Mark Barnett, can't say enough of great things about him. We've really been fortunate to have some good magazines as well.
But what are you doing besides print media and working with the magazines to get brass ball bobbers well known?
I'm working with Jeff Nager at Horsepower Marketing, and he gets us the exposure. Frankly, I don't know how he does it, but we really just try to put our best foot forward in meeting people, telling them what we're about. I'm on the phone a lot with people, talking to people. We try to get in the magazines, as everyone knows that's difficult to do. The advertising is not cheap, and you have to really spread it around and be smart about how you do it. So we try to advertise a little bit in print. We certainly try to do it on the internet. We have a new site that will be up and running here in a couple of months. Actually, I should say maybe less than a couple of months, and it's not a new site, but it's just an evolved version of our site, which has been up for a while, and that ought to be really interactive for people.
I know you have some really unique styling characteristics that Sam has been able to put together with your direction, but you also utilize that Power Plus engine that you don't see on a lot of other bikes. Can you talk about that and the differences between that and say a standard Harley or an SNS power plant?
Yeah, the Power Plus is great, and actually it's a V Plus. It's formerly the Indian Power Plus 100, which is now put out by Crazy Horse Motorcycles. So it's the Crazy Horse V Plus motor, and we just think it's a great looking motor. It's unique. We like being unique and different from what other people are doing. The motor has a lot of torque. It's got a real distinct sound. There are a lot of great motors out there. I can't say one's any better than the other because, you know, a lot of good ones, but we really like this motor, and frankly, I don't know that there are any other manufacturers that are putting them in their bikes, you know, as a federally licensed manufacturer. So that's something else that we like about it.
So Dari, you've obviously you've been successful in businesses. From talking with you in the past, you've had some other businesses. Why the motorcycle industry? Why this old school? There's all different kinds of ways you could go. Tell us a little bit about what motivates Dar Holsworth.
Well, you know, my background is, or I should say my heritage and upbringing is blue collar, and I've had to work my way up, and I've worked my way into white collar business leadership from in the design field and advertising field. And so I like to create things. I like to use my hands. I like to use my brain. But you know, motorcycling was a hobby. It was something I loved, and I loved being a business owner. I loved going to work every day, but didn't realize that I loved it. You know, loved motorcycling more. And I mean, you realize you like it, but you don't think, well, geez, we can have a business doing this. And you know, I just followed my passion. And though it's nice to be a business owner, and from any aspect, it's really nice to be a business owner of something that you love to do, and it makes a difference. And when it's really hard, you know, the fact that you love what you do gets you through those hard times.
Well, it sounds like you pretty much have a dream situation there. Can you talk a little bit about what's in the future for Brass Balls Bobbers?
Yeah, you know, first we don't want to grow at some kind of out of control rate and start slapping parts on bikes. We still want to build a custom manufactured unique bike to each customer's desires. You know, that they're top quality bikes and that people are fanatical about them. As far as the future, well, we've got a Softail for 08. We've got a fat bike that we've come out with, and I say fat loosely, it's not crazy fat. It's just a little bit wider than what we've had in the past. We've coined our bikes bobbers in the past, but now as we're developing more bikes, the bikes that we called bobbers in the past, those are now our diggers, because really they're more narrow and agile, and this fatter bike is more of a classic bobber. So you're going to see some name changes where we've got the digger bobber, the classic bobber, which is the fat bike, and then of course we have the choppers as well.
We got a lot going on with brass ball bobbers these days, so we're going to take a break and come back in a minute.